Yo, what's going on, people? It's your man, the White Bee, back once again. Big shout out to my doggy, Joshy Medlock, for coming through and boosting up the coins. So we got a leak here. Donny Charles airing out and punking off. In fact, punking off Ben Davison, saying to give both of them a slap. John Stewart, Anthony, Orderly, Harris Sunua, Joshua, and Ben, Mr. Maggie. In fact, cuss tomato. Yeah, that's what come on, Ben. Stop playing now. Ben, cuss tomato. Davison. You give them both a slap. That's what they need to be brought back to earth. I've got videos coming soon. You've probably seen them. Ben Davison talking. You know, he talks like, oh, I don't want to say. Coogan's always chilling it as well. Coogan's always like, oh, Ben, I know you like to keep it nondescript, and I know it's secret, super secret sauce, like the Space Jam movie. Come on, bro. It's a fight, man. If you spent less time trying to be mystical and slicking-ish, you might be able to fight. Bosh! Bosh! Yeah, that's what you might be able to do. For damn sure. Anyway, let's get to the quotes here. Too funny.
Frank.
You will have seen since the fight, when the cameras are watching you guys in the corner, all the content's come out since the fight, and we've seen the instructions AJ was given going into round 5. What did you make of them instructions that, he was looking to roll the dice, throw the uppercut, and he also said that Dubois was shit. I don't know if you've seen that footage.
I've seen everything. I've seen and heard everything. Alarming, quite alarming, when you have to take, as I've seen it, hence why my age, this is why experience and comes into a lot of things in life. The coach has to take charge. Your fighter cannot be dictating what's happening in the corner. The coach, as a coach, you take charge. And what I saw, obviously, it's been circulated all over the internet. The coach has to take charge. There's a lot of unnecessary conversations going on about our guy being SHIT, alarming. If a fighter of mine dare says that, especially with what's going on, being flawed every round, I would have slapped them the hardest slap and slapped some sense into them. Yeah? It doesn't make sense.
And this is the problem with the back-slapping culture. Yeah? This is the problem with the back-slapping culture. It's all about trying to be people's mate. Yeah? AJ talks about respect and being humble, but it's almost like, when hunters, when the proper hunters, they kill animals or whatever, but it's like a respectful thing. Yeah, give it a proper death, an honourable death before you devour it for our own sustenance. Us, man, we're just eating meat or whatever, animals because we feel like eating it. But back in them times, it was like a holy experience. You appreciate the fact that you've slain this animal so you can continue to exist. Anyway, that's relevant. Why? That should be the mindset. Forget all this Lucasade. My name's Anthony McGandy. Yeah, my name is Anthony Nelson Mandela. Joshua. The respectful thing to do is go in there, handle your business, and give your opponent an honourable journey to Valhalla. That's true respect. Not sitting there after getting punched up. Focus on the task at hand. I need to send Daniel Dubois to Warriors Paradise and give him the journey he deserves. That's what Danny D was on. That's what he was on. Yeah, when all the AJ homosexuals were getting gassed up at that right hand, Danny D was posted in the cut. Danny D, he was posted in the cut, fixing to eat some more. Yeah, he wanted to give AJ. We talk about AJ being a big star and whatever else. I think that's fair enough. But Daniel Dubois had the respect to give. Think of me to give the game. AJ was the game animal. Yeah, and Danny D wanted to give the game animal an honourable death. Bosh! He's asleep now. We now devour him. Thank you, John Stewart, for providing sustenance to me and my family. It's a shame you had to die almost to feed me, but it had to be me or you. That's how Danny did, dude. That's how Danny did, dude. When his dad said, "Don't look at me, eat." Do you understand, people? That's what's missing in AJ's camp. AJ's camp's full of backslappers. And we heard the backslapping. I was calling out the backslapping. True Geordie was sucking off the back. He was the backslapper. Free time. People talking about, isn't Lennox Lewis and Muhammad Ali? Oh, there's a question, who's better, AJ or Muhammad Ali in terms of legacy? He's a 4-time champ now and he's done it better than everyone else. That's what they were saying. He ain't even done the work yet. He ain't even handled his business yet. And you backslapping talking about 3 times. You backslapping talking about the best AJ ever. What, because you knocked out Mbongo? That's your claim to fame. The best ever. Mbongo, come on. Yeah? Not focus on the task at hand. That is that, unfortunately, a lot of men and a lot of individuals in life, you have to be that way. You have to be a butt licker to get on. You have to massage people's egos. Do you understand, people? You have to do that. You have to try and find, you have to pitch. It's all a big sales tactic. Oh, I have to pitch a better way or an easier way. Ben Davison, oh, I'll fix that Usyk fight for you. AJ, all you've got to do is look at the floor and look at the floor, drop your hands to your waist and ling the right hand. That sounds great. I'd go for that as well, right? If I was naive and beta, I'd think, great. I don't really want to fight. Why not get paid 50 mil just to look at the floor and sling my right hand around? We'll all sign up for that. That's not reality, though. It's not reality. It was never going to be reality. So who are these guys? You got Eddie Hearn even to this day sucking Ben Davison off. Oh, we're not making no changes. It was the best camp ever. Wow. Wow, he has really spun a yarn on his ass, on the whole team's ass. They really think it. People give Ben Davison all his credit for all this IQ he's got, and well, he's just a magic man. He makes it come together. AJ looked better under Angel Fernandez in the Usyk 2. He looked better with Derek James. At least he had some sort of form there. Not coming in and galloping in like this. Literally, galloping in. That's what he was doing. Where's the magic? I'll tell you what the magic is. The magic is, AJ, let's put an Instagram video out of you stepping back and winging the right hand. Got lost in the sauce. Went straight to Ben Davison's head. That's where it went. Ben Davison can give it the whole humble shtick. I'm not saying he's a... I'm not saying... I'm looking for here. I'm not saying he's a dickhead, yeah. I don't know him from Adam. I just think he's naive to sit there and say he'll fix things for AJ like it's like that. The other day I said, and that's similar to what Don Charles is mentioning here. The realism has been lost. Slap that guy in the head and let him know what time it is. Don't come back to this corner. Yeah? Don't come back to this corner after peeling yourself off the mat 3 times talking about the other guy's no good. Fix up. Focus on what you're doing. Because you're the one, I'd have told him that at the very least. Are you blind? You're the one who SHIT. Don't even bother sitting down in this corner. Just stand up. Just stand there and reflect. That's what I'd have told dude. For sure. Especially after that. Yeah, after them comments, I'd have told Johnson, get your big ass up and out of this corner, man. Just stand there now on your own and think about what you're doing here, man. Get out of my sight. I don't want to look at you no more. That's what I'd have to tell dude, man. Because you're bugging. Yeah, and Mr. Maggie Davison, listen, if I was training AJ, I'd tell him, there's only 2 things I can give you in this camp, Johnston. Yeah? I can give you victory or an honourable journey to Valhalla. That's all you're getting from the YB. There ain't no in between. There ain't no magic party tricks going to save your ass. We take victory in the same fashion we take the warrior's journey to Valhalla. That's all, 100%. There's no sneaky magic tricks. There's no sneaky, we can never get hit and just look at the floor and bowl our hands in and we knock everyone out in the first round. There's none of that here. It's never going to happen. Never going to happen. Anyway, let's watch some more of these bars here.
So the trainer has to take charge in those situations.
They were targeting the uppercut. Do you see Daniel Dubois open to uppercuts?
Yeah, because a comfort fighter, it is a right shot to throw. Anthony was attempting it all through every round. He attempted it, but there has to be a lead up to it. You don't just chuck it. There's a lead up to it, and there's a defense to it. Like I said, they do a lot of film studies, so they need to go back and study it the opposition and correct their mistakes. It is a good idea, what they were calling.
And again, this is the problem with the new age and the film studying. Film studying, for the most part, is a waste of time. Waste of time. All you have, it's never going to be the same as last time. It's not going to be the same as you think it's going to be. All you can give someone is the outline, head down and stuck to your head. And we're going to land our jab first before we think of doing any party tricks. We must get that going. Must get that going. Let's get the least risky shot landing. We gain some confidence there before we even think about throwing it too. Chin down, bosh bosh. Yeah, chin down and stuck to your forehead, and get that jab in there somewhere authoritatively. Not faff. AJ was like this. He was like this, pouring his jab around. So forget about. There's no point doing film study for a man who don't know how to have his head down and have his hands up. There's no point. But what's the point of doing that for? It's the constant focusing on what you're gonna do. If that makes sense. There's no fiscal defensive responsibility. Oh, I'm gonna just walk forward and knock him out with a lead uppercut, so I don't need to worry about nothing else. They was too focused on what AJ was doing. Ben Davison said this. I got a video coming soon. Ben Davison said, "Oh, people think that you can't counter off a double jab, but he can do this and do that." So they was planning for this. They was planning for Danny D to step in with a double jab, and because Ben Davison said it was so, Ben Davison said you can counter off a double jab. Well, how'd that work out, Ben? It turns out it's not as easy to counter off a double jab or any jab. It's not. It's just not. If it was, AJ would have landed them party tricks from the jump. He's just not. It's not that simple. And if it was, everyone would be doing it, right? Everyone who here wouldn't like to step back and wing an uppercut in and knock everyone out. I'd be down for that. I'll sign up for that. I'll start boxing now. If Ben Davison could show me how to step back and wing an uppercut in, and to be honest, again, Ben Davison without Bill Wardley, he was getting boxed up against Fraser Clark. Getting boxed up. He looked exactly the same to me as he did always, all the other times. Get boxed up. And it was Fraser Clark's jab that was boxing Fabio Wardley up. That's what it was. It's only Fabio Wardley's ungainly power that got him out of jail there. Boxing for boxing, I was like, oh my, this is clinical. It was looking clinical. Fraser Clark hasn't got the greatest gas tank, but the jab. It sounds cliche. Oh, the jab. Listen, when you're that big and heavy, I've always been saying this. You don't need to focus on big party trick shots or big power at all. Just get them hands going. Look at Beterbiev. You never see Beterbiev loading up and he's a 175er. He's got a better resume than Mike Tyson did for knockouts. Fact. It's the ones you don't see. Look at the shot that put Usyk down. I'm shocked actually it put him down. It's a little short thing that you don't see. When you're coming in like this and you're stepping back and swinging in, everyone see that. Well, there's a much larger percent chance they're going to see it, and hence it's not going to be as effective because they can then move. What's wrong with these guys? What's wrong with these top level sport analyst trainers, man? What's wrong with these? What do they call it? What do you say? These film study trainers. What's wrong with them? Study so much film, you forgot to put your hands up and your chin down. Wow, all that film he was watching, and you couldn't. Wow. It's a violation for Ben Davison. He finished. He's no good. I never rated Ben like that. I ain't gonna lie. I never rated Ben like that. I just didn't. He did. His claim to fame is essentially Lee Wood. Come on now. Come on. At the big leagues, he didn't do no good for Tyson Fury. Essentially, he got Tyson Fury almost knocked out against Wilder. Didn't do no good for AJ when it came down to it with someone who could box, as I predicted, and no good for Fabio Wardley so far. Oops. Anyway, let me know your thoughts. Smash the like button, subscribe, in fact.
But there are things you have to do to set it up. And whilst throwing, there is also things you got to do because like we did, we countered it. And we knew in training, we trained for that someone, aggressive come forward fighter is prone to receive an uppercut. But we already made provisions for it.
You know, before this fight, I don't know if you remember, I spoke to you about 2 months ago. I think we were at the launch press conference, and I asked you about the right hand against Hergovich, and you said to me that was a decoy. And I remember mentioning that to a few people. And
Anyway, decoy. I don't think that's true. I do think Don's got lost in the sauce a bit. I don't believe they took the right hand against Hergovich to set it up and lure AJ in. No, I don't believe that, but whatever. He did look a bit tighter. Even though AJ was no good, he did look a bit tighter. And ultimately, AJ was no good because Dubois didn't give him time to be any good. AJ needs 5 rounds. He always has. Look at the Vlad fight. In his prime, before he got popped, AJ needed 4 rounds to settle in. Fact, he only came out in the 5th round and got on it. AJ wanted to get in there and settle in. And I can't think of one fight really against top-level guys. He's come out storming Norman. He's a settle-in type fighter. He's not an out-and-out Danny Dubois. He's not. Never has been. Unless it's a complete bum. Let me know your thoughts. Smash the like button, subscribe, like off the bell, 100%. There's no doubt about this one. People stop it.